The new 7-star Tera Dragon Sceptile raid is here, so let's talk about it. This one's a bit of a doozy because it's not quite what we were expecting, though I did mention in my predictions that they might give it a physical build with Swords Dance or Dragon Dance. I wasn't really expecting them to do it. I mean, those being its only stat boosting moves aside, not like they've hesitated in the last couple 7-star raids to not give us anything that can boost their stats. But here we are and we gotta deal with it, so let's get into its moveset and ability. First and foremost, Sceptile's ability is Unburden, which does not matter here because it does not have a hold item. Kind of a missed opportunity if you ask me, but hey, this one's getting hard enough. Moving on to Sceptile's moves, it comes equipped with Leaf Blade, a really strong grass stab move with a boosted chance to crit. It also comes with Breaking Swipe, its Dragon Stab move that also lowers physical attack. So unless you're bringing a fairy type that's just straight up immune to that move, special attackers are for the best here. It also comes rockin' Dragon Dance to boost both its attack and its speed stat. And oh boy does it do that a lot. And it also comes equipped with Thunder Punch. Not really 100% sure why they added this one on here, but hey. It's probably here to stop people from whipping out Sap Sipper Azumarill with Belly Drum. And for an additional 2 moves that it only uses as scripted actions, it also comes equipped with Leaf Storm and Earthquake, both of which are only used once over the course of the raid, so don't worry about them too much. Speaking of those moves being used as a scripted action, Sceptile starts the raid by immediately using Leaf Storm on you. This only targets one member of your party, so don't worry about it too much. It's also the only time it's going to use it during the raid, and it is the only special attack it is going to use during the raid as well. So the -2 special attack it gets from that really doesn't matter much. With 85% of its HP remaining, Sceptile will use Breaking Swipe once on all of your party members, hitting the entire party with a strong Dragon Stab and lowering all of their attack stats by 1. And then at 85% timer remaining, it will reset your stats. It only does this the one time, so as per usual, wait until this happens before you start raising your stats. With 80% of the timer remaining, it will lower your Terra gauge, but honestly it doesn't matter because you realistically could have terrestrialized by now. With 70% HP or 75% timer remaining, the shield goes up. And with 65% of the timer remaining, and the shield probably still up at that point, Sceptile resets its own stats, making things a little harder on anyone relying on Metal Sound, Fake Tears, or Screech. And finally, with 30% HP remaining, Sceptile will use Earthquake to hit your entire party. Moving right along, let's talk tactics. Now right up front, Sceptile's a bit of a problem. With Dragon Dance in his main arsenal, and therefore being fully capable of using it 4 times in a single turn, Sceptile's attack power can get out of hand really fast, meaning that Reflect becomes your best friend in this scenario. Halving the incoming damage is going to save you a lot. And builds that are going to boost your defense in order to help you survive the raid are going to have a problem too, because Leaf Blade has a heightened chance to crit, and therefore has a very good chance of just going straight through your defense boosts. That being said, the raid is far from impossible. Make sure to bring Pokemon with high defense stats, with either resistance or immunity to Dragon and Grass, and you're going to be able to survive the majority of the damage. Alternatively, a Pokemon with an ability that lets them ignore Sceptile's stat boost is also a very good asset to have here. But honestly, if you can build a party with 1 good damage dealer and 3 supports that are focusing on heals and lowering Sceptile's attack power, you should be able to get through pretty well. Obviously, fairy types are worth their weight in gold here, being immune to dragon. But ice types are also perfectly good here, being resistant to grass. So in this scenario, just be creative, make sure you can survive the physical hits, and Sceptile should be perfectly beatable. But, as per usual, I know people aren't just here to hear me yap about how the raid goes and making your own builds. So here are my builds to help take on the 7-star Dragon Tera Sceptile. Starting off with a strong offensive build, we have Fezandipiti. One of the new legendary trio from the Indigo Disc DLC, Fezandipiti is actually a really good Pokemon here. Being both fairy and poison type, it is both immune to dragon and resistant to grass. And though its defense stat leaves a little bit to be desired, its HP kinda makes up for that. It comes rockin' Swords Dance to boost its damage, Play Rough for its main offense, Charm to help lower Sceptile's attack power when it's not shielded, and Roost for a bit of a top-up when you don't want to waste a heal cheer. And with its Toxic Chain ability, there's always a chance that any one of its attacks is going to end up poisoning Sceptile for that extra little bit of damage. Moving on to our main support build for this raid, we have Hatterene. Now in this scenario, Hatterene is basically just fairy-type Blissey, with a lot less HP but a lot more ability to survive physical attacks. With Reflect to half the incoming damage and Life Dew to heal your teammates, as well as Helping Hand to boost the damage of your offensive teammates. It also comes Rockin' Charm to help you lower Sceptile's attack power outside of shield. Hatterene's great in this scenario for some heals and damage boosting, but it does need a bit of assistance because otherwise this raid will end up getting a little out of hand for it. And for a little bit of a cross between support and offense, we have Grimmsnarl. Grimmsnarl comes Rock and Reflect to half the incoming damage, Chilling Water to lower Sceptile's attack power, Bulk Up to boost its attack and its defense, giving it offensive power and survivability, and Spirit Break for your main offensive attack. With Prankster ability, both Reflect and Bulk Up will go before Sceptile, no matter how much he boosts his speed, and you can use that set very easily to help mitigate Sceptile's damage and beat the heck out of it with Spirit Break. Now, this build does take a little while to set up, and it does require some support with healing and damage mitigation to make sure you have a good team at your side whenever you're using this. But, as per always, sometimes it's really hard to put a team together, and online randos don't help very much. And considering there's Herba Mystica in the rewards, maybe you just want to farm that more efficiently. If that's the case, here's my build for soloing the 7-star Sceptile Raid with Skeledirge. Now, the absolute crux of this build is Skeledirge's hidden ability, Unaware. This makes it so whenever Skeledirge is attacking or getting attacked, it completely ignores any stat buffs by the opponent. Which means Sceptile can Dragon Dance all he wants, it's not going to do anything against Skeledirge. Start off the raid by attacking using Torch Song to boost your special attack, and then Alluring Voice to do some extra damage. And then once Sceptile resets your stats, you're going to switch over to Torch Song 6 times to boost your special attack to maximum. Make sure that if Sceptile manages to knock you below half HP at any point during this, use Slack Off to recover your HP, as a lucky critical hit will still do a lot of damage to you. And then once you're at +6 special attack, just go Terra Fairy and spam Alluring Voice. And with no real way to damage you except for a lucky critical hit, your attacks will eventually wear the Sceptile out completely, and the Sceptile goes down. Thank you for watching this video. If you like my Tera Raid content, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps the channel. And if you ever need help with a 7-star Tera Raid, make sure to check me out at twitch.tv/IXIstudios, where me and my friends jump on the Thursday night at 9 PM EST every time one of these comes out. I always come prepared with build suggestions for anyone who asks, and we almost always have an empty slot in our team just in case you need some help. Thank you very much once again for watching this video. I'll see you again next time. Peace.